Hey y'all, it is that time of day again. It is time to coffee the fuck up. Okay, so there's actually something a little bit important that I wanted to talk about tonight, where most of us have chronic illnesses. And don't get me wrong, I'm like, I want to do the ASMR videos so bad, but this is important, and I can't neglect home, to go play on another channel. So, my question is this. Here in the United States, they've passed so many laws against the narcotics, and many of us are on narcotics or have been. Okay? But my question is this. For those of us that travel or have to travel and you can't get in to see your doctor once a month, how do you handle that? Because you have to be seen in order to get your prescription here. So I'm wondering, when I travel this summer, how am I going to get my medication? Okay, how am I going to get my medication? Now, I'm no longer on narcotics, okay? But I had been on narcotics for, I think almost 15 years. I learned to pause quickly. I've got a grumbler in here that thinks I'm talking to him so far still. But anyway, I was on narcotics for a very, very long time. And I decided, I don't want to be on these for the rest of my life. And so I stopped taking them. And I got horribly, horribly sick. To the point that I was just I thought I was dying. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I did not realize that your body becomes dependent on them, and you go into horrible withdrawals. So I went to the doctor, and they put me on Suboxone. And sorry, my nose is itching like crazy tonight. Somebody's talking about me. Wait, that's a wives' tale. Never mind. It's just allergies. So they put me on Suboxone, and that actually helped control the pain. But then I read up on Suboxone and asked some people, and apparently that's even harder to come off of than narcotics. So why would they put me on it and leave me on it for so long, knowing that it's hard to come off of? But again, I run into the same situation where I've got to see a doctor once a month in order to get my prescription filled. Gadzooks, he's being naughty tonight. He keeps thinking I'm talking to him, and he looks up and he's like, Okay. Anyway, so that's my question. I mean, they've really, I think, gone way overboard with this narcotic thing. And what I see happening is, people like me that have never had a record, never had a drug problem, never been in trouble with the law. If they keep tightening things down and making things so hard for people to get pain relief, people are going to start going out on the streets. And they say, oh, it's because of the OD problem and blah, blah, blah. And if they think that there's people ODing on narcotics, wait until people go, heroin's an opiate. I'll take that. I'll use that to kill pain. So you've got soccer moms that are going, not that I was a soccer mom, I wasn't. And older people that are going to turn to whatever relief they can to fight the pain. Because I don't know how many people have insurance and don't have insurance illegally, whatever. But I know for me, in order to get to get my prescription, my doctor appointment alone is $300. And then just for the Suboxone is another $500 a month. That's $800 out of pocket. And my thing is, like I said, this month I'm screwed. You know, it was AC unit or medications. So I'm screwed. And my body, I know I'm screwed because my body is freaking killing me. And I've put on that brave face, and I know a lot of you have asked me, how do you get through it? I don't know. It's something that I have to do. I have to keep going. And last night, I ended up counting up the minutes that I slept. And last night was, I think, 23 minutes. And then the night before that was like, it was something stupid, like 48, 49 minutes. And people don't realize how little sleep we live on. And then this will go on for days and days. And then all of a sudden my body just gives out. I can't take anymore. And I crash hard. And I don't wake up for hours and hours, if not days. It's not unheard of at that point to sleep 12 hours straight. And then have one of the kids come in and say, are you okay? Do you need something to eat? You want a drink? So I don't know. I'm not sure how I keep pushing forward, but I've always said, I'm a person that, I may end up down, but I bounce right back up, and I live by that. I have to bounce back up, and quickly, or I end up, staying there and dwelling in that. Twice a week, I have Princess Sprout. Today was one of those days. And, sometimes those days are hard. But, like today, we got out the kinetic sand and we played with that. And which actually sometimes, something like that, when your hands hurt so much, it makes them feel a little better to, play around with the wet sand and kind of mold it. And it feels kind of good. So we did that, and then watered her baby plants, of course. But it was honestly cheaper for me to be on narcotics, because that prescription was $7.50 a month compared to $500, and it controlled the pain a lot better than the Suboxone. So I get why I'm on it. It's to try to control the pain without, quote, narcotics. But, I can't, this pain is bad. And like I said, I'm really swollen, running a little bit of a fever, and no amount of makeup is going to cover that up. So, I try, but it doesn't hide it. Especially your eyes are all swollen and puffy, but I've noticed my joints are very swollen. So what is my recourse? You go to the doctor and you tell them, I'm hurting. And they look at your chart and go, yeah, but you had a history with narcotics. You dumb bitch. I was the one that said I wanted off of those. Not you. Oh, I just now remembered my doctor's a member of my channel. Didn't mean to call you a dumb bitch. But it to be fair, it's true. I came to your office saying I wanted off. I didn't want to be on them anymore. So it's not that I had, this this horrendous drug problem. It was that I found myself taking them before it was time. So maybe that is a problem. Because when the pain is so horrible. Oh, and this is the other thing. This is the other thing. It really pisses me off. On the bottle, it says take as needed, every 4 to 6 hours or as needed. Okay? So, of course, it doesn't mean take it before that, but we all do because we all hurt. And, oh, he had left and now he's coming back. Darn. Mr. Grumpers is coming back. But my thing is, when I didn't need it, there were times that I would go, a day or two without taking anything. Then they called me and said I had to come in right then for a urine test. And I was like, okay. Not okay. I failed the test that I was supposed to fail. Does that make sense? They give you a urinalysis to make sure that you're not selling your narcotics, I guess. But the thing is if you don't take them like you're prescribed, which makes you become an addict, then it's not in your system. So then you've failed the drug test that you were supposed to have narcotics in your system, but you don't. And then they're like, well, I'm not prescribing it for you anymore. But I have 12 in my bottle at home. If I was selling them, I wouldn't have any. So, it's like I ended up, I was like, what is the urinalysis for? And then she told me, and I'm thinking, like, I don't have that in, enough of it anyway in my system. I'm not going to get piss tested for this. And so I didn't go. And I thought, you know what? Screw this. This is like some evil twisted game that they're playing with their chronic pain patients, and it's not right. Because if you follow what the bottle says, it says or as needed. I didn't need them, so I didn't take them. If I needed them, I would have taken them. But sometimes, I get it in my head that, like, I can just get by on ibuprofen today. Because I don't ever want to be, dependent on them again. So I'm really cautious about that. But then it's not in my system like they want it to be. So I'm screwed. I didn't go take the little test to fail it. Because I would have failed what I was supposed to fail, but pass a drug test. So I mean, I don't know. I'm really I'm pissed off, and I'm confused because of like what I just said. It says or as needed, and unless you want me to become dependent on them, you would be glad that I wasn't taking them, every 2 or 3 hours. So I don't understand, why we are punished so much. The once a month thing, if I'm traveling, I know I've got to be in Texas, and then we're coming back through, then we're going on to the East Coast, and then we're coming back through, and I have gigs lined up this summer. So that's my question, how do I get my medications? Because this has stumped me. I don't know what to do. Little Chelsea from the Get Upset Girls, she's going abroad to Prague, and she has fibro, among other chronic pain illnesses. How is she going to get her medication traveling out of the country? If anybody has any suggestions, leave them down below. If anybody wants to, talk about this, discuss it, what can we do to change things? That's my thing, is let's not just bitch about it. Let's try to make a difference, because something has to change. Not only us, we are being treated unfairly, but every chronic pain patient out there is being treated unfairly then. And that's something that just doesn't sit well with me. I plus it'll give us something to do, you know? Because I don't have enough to do. I never have enough to do, apparently. No, it does help. It does help to stay busy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And we can maybe start a discussion on, like, how do we start to change things? What do we do? What needs to be changed? The laws, and how do we go about doing that? So, anyway, that is my video for the night for you guys. I was gonna go live, and then I thought, I'm gonna be stuck there for like an hour and a half, and I'm gonna be hurting, and I'm gonna start being like wiggle, and I gotta go. I'm hurting, so I just decided I would do a video tonight instead. So, let me know what you guys think. What's your take on everything? And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.